Hi, everybody. So I have the pleasure of getting to learn Torah with everybody today, to explore a little bit of what we get to do every single day, really, which is sit down and study our holy, ancient, foundational texts. And so when I consider what can we study together, I thought about a word that is near and dear to my heart, and that is the word education itself, the word chinuch. What is this word? Where does it come from? What is chinuch? And so when my students come to me and they ask me, what does a word mean? I generally encourage them to look it up in a dictionary, which they haven't done before they come to me. And then we go to the source. We go to the root. We say, can we find the first time we've seen this word in the Torah? So where is one of the first times that we see the shoresh chinuch in the Torah? So I'll invite everyone to look at the screen with me. And we see the words, V'dibru hashotrim el ha'am le'mor, and the officers shall speak to the people, saying, Mi ha'ish asher bana bayit chadash ve'lo chanacho. Who is the person, what man is there who has built a new home and has not chanachoed it? For the sake of ease, I put the word inaugurated it, but I sort of made that up. Right? What is this word chanach? What does it mean here? What does it mean in general? So if we turn to Rashi, our famous commentator, Rabbi Shlomo Yitzchaki, invites us to say, Lo darbo, who has made a house and has never lived in it. Chanoch, and this is really the key of what Rashi teaches us. Chanoch lashon hatchala. The word chinuch, the word what we now use as education, is the language of a beginning. It means to begin. It means to start off on your journey. It's a beautiful message, but it's not so clear. It's a little complicated because there's already a word that many of us are familiar with that means to begin. L'hatchil, hatchala. The Mishnah tells us, Kol hatchalot kashot, all beginnings are difficult. What is the difference between a hatchala, l'hatchil, and chinuch? Is there any difference? As I thought about this question, I came across an amazing commentary from one of the holiest rabbis of the past century, the Piazetzner, the Eish Kodesh, the rabbi of the Warsaw Ghetto. He asked this exact question in his book, Chovevei Talmidim, the duties of the student. An amazing name. What are the duties of a student? And he writes that the word chinuch is special. The word chinuch implies the realization of the already inherent capacity of a person or an object, the actualization of potential. What the Piazetzner is teaching us is that chinuch is a beginning that's defined by its end. The journey is what defines the start of the journey. Where you go with it, what you take it. Does it lead you to godliness, to holiness, to goodness? That, my friends, chevra, that is chinuch. The potential will remain hidden unless we bring it out. Our task as educators, our task is to cause the potential to emerge, to accomplish the chinuch. It is necessary to raise our students, to educate them, to bring out and reveal his godliness and allow it to flourish. The job of the mechanech, the job of the educator, is to start off the student, to infuse them with a love of Torah, a love of goodness, and a desire, a yearning, a feeling that my life is incomplete unless I take this beginning and I run with it, unless my life becomes defined by this holiness. The difference between any hatchala, any beginning, and the specific word of chinuch is not what happens in the beginning. It's what happens in the end. As I think about this message, I think about my 4 years at Chovevei Torah as a student, thinking that the Torah that I was learning was defined by my 4 years in the Beit Midrash. And I couldn't have realized at the time, I couldn't have appreciated how deeply that Torah is actually defined by the years after those 4 years. As I look at the Talmidim today, I'm jealous. I'm envious of the years you have, the moments you have studying Torah full time. And I'm also aware that I'm incredibly blessed to be living that Torah, to be taking that Torah, that Chinuch, that education with me every single day. As I look at my fellow Musmachim, as I look at those who are older than me, who are already making so many amazing changes in the world, who are protecting the words of Torah, who are giving them new life, new meaning, and inviting them into places where they've never existed before, I know that that's what the Piazetzner Rebbe meant when he said, this is Chinuch. Chinuch, education, is that moment where you take your learning and you bring it everywhere you go. Often we think that Chinuch is the moment we learn it. And that's right, but it's misguided. Meaning it's not just that moment, the first time you encounter it in the Soffer. It's the first time that Chinuch happens, is the first time that you invite that encounter with the Soffer, you invite that encounter with the book into your encounter with another person, into a meeting, into counseling, into being there with someone else. And I know of no institution that lives and breathes that message more than Yeshivat Chovevei Torah. Here in the yeshiva, the words of Torah dance off the page and land onto hearts. And I am so blessed to be a part of this yeshiva. I'm so blessed to have learned Torah from mechanchim, from Rabbeim, from educators who know that Torah is learned when Torah is lived. May we live to see many, many days of Torah dancing off the pages and into hearts and into souls and changing the world, becoming what we know it can be.